Today on OC News, an Orange County mom has been indicted. Housing applications for students on campus are now open.
A new safety feature for emergencies provided by campus police.
This just now in tech news, the first responder on the police. There's been a lot of collaborative efforts over the years.
Blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
OC News starts right now.
Welcome to OC News. I'm Ethan Michael.
And I'm Alexis Ray. Thank you for joining us this evening. OC News is brought to you by the journalism students here at Cal State Fullerton. An Orange County resident has been indicted for trying to harm her husband. The local mother and dermatologist has been indicted on 3 felony counts of poisoning and 1 count of domestic battery with corporal injury, for poisoning her husband. Emily Yu faces up to 8 years and 8 months for mixing her husband's drinks with dangerous drain cleaners. She is going through a divorce and child custody battle. She was arrested but was released on a $30,000 bond. Her case is set to take place on April 18th.
New housing applications are now open for residents and incoming students. Ariana Nova has the story.
The Cal State Fullerton housing application opened at 10 a.m. for current residents and 2 p.m. for incoming freshmen. I spoke with R.A. Brian Walkley about the specifics of the application itself.
Housing is a first eligible, first served basis. It's not necessarily first come, first served. What that means essentially is that we do look at several factors when considering which students are accepted into housing. So for example, spots in the residence halls for first year students are reserved strictly for first year students. We're not going to give them to any sophomores, juniors, things like that. Same kind of thing goes for the apartments. Those are reserved for seniors, so they won't go to first year students, sophomores, things like that.
Now, living on campus isn't meant for every student. I spoke with Jaylene Gonzalez to talk about her own experience with the housing application and living here on campus. We talked to her for more.
I think it's easy to navigate, but it gets so overloaded all the time. I think it would be smart to cut it off by years or something, just so that the website's not overloaded all the time and I could get a room that I would like.
Gonzalez has been living in housing here at Cal State Fullerton for 3 years now. We asked her whether it's beneficial for students who live far away or even out of state to be living in housing compared to closer residential students.
It's convenient, but that's the only plus. The food's not as great, but I could walk to class and I don't have to drive to Sacramento. Over here at Fullerton all the time.
Outside of the housing office, this is Ariana Nava for OC News, signing off.
Over the past few decades, numerous threats have emerged against schools across the United States. Christian Robertaro informs us of the measures that CSUF Police Department take to combat these threats.
In the last few decades, the safety of schools and universities have been in question due to all the shootings that have been occurring all around the United States. Cal State Fullerton is no exception, and with many scares happening in this last semester alone, it raises the question, are we prepared in the event of an actual threat? Although confident we are ready, the captain of police at CSUF, Scott Willey, recommends that students be mentally prepared for a shooter on campus.
But what we ask is that you get yourself mentally prepared beforehand. So whether that's in your class and you talk about it as a classroom and here's what we're going to do, or you yourself say, okay, if that happens, and we teach run, hide, or fight.
These threats that happen every day at a national level create concerns that rumble all the way down to our local universities. Based on these concerns, Captain Willie had this to say.
So we're constantly preparing for an active shooter. We'd rather it never happen, but we plan for the day that it may, in our minds, that it will happen.
Although tactics in dealing with such a threat varies from state to state, Captain Willie explains what the strategy is at CSUF.
So if I get to a building and I hear gunshots, I'm going in, no matter what. I don't wait for backup. I don't wait for anybody. I tell them I'm heading in, and then I go and I try to handle business and I try to eliminate the threat or at least put out the information.
One student, Isaiah Ruiz, shared his thoughts on the safety of the campus.
I do feel safe on campus. Every time I come here, I don't really feel like I've ever
really been threatened by anybody or anything. In case of a shooting though, I would do is whatever I can to stay safe and keep others safe. You just don't know where this person's mental state is at.
Finally, Captain Willie had one last piece of advice for those who might feel threatened.
Trust your instincts. If something is bothering you, hair on your neck stands up and you go, something not right about this, I should call somebody, call us.
For OC News, I am Christian Robotaro.
Coming up, the latest update on Donald Trump's legal troubles.
And we'll let you know what funding Joe Biden is approving. All that and more coming up after the break.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down.
Former President Donald Trump's legal troubles continue to mount. Yesterday, he was indicted in New York on charges allegedly of false business records. The former president was charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. The information on this low-level felony was released on Tuesday by the Manhattan District Attorney. Trump would plead not guilty in court. These charges are based on the reimbursements to Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, for the hush money payment to adult actress film star Stormy Daniels. The Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg released documents outlining a much larger scheme that Trump and his team organized to avoid negative press during his campaign. This scheme also brought to light the hush money payment to allegedly a second woman who apparently having an affair with the former president.
President Biden ordered federal aid in addition to state and local recovery efforts in the areas affected by the severe winter storms. High winds, flooding, and mudslides have hit several states in the past several weeks. This includes disaster funding following the damage caused by the California storms. President Biden made federal funding available for the affected counties of Kern, Mariposa, Monterey, San Benito, Santa Cruz, Tulare, and Tuolumne. The grants include temporary housing and home repairs, low-cost loans to cover uninsured property losses, and other programs to help individuals and business owners to recover from the effect of the disasters. Damages are still happening in the other areas, and additional counties may be added on the list for funding.
The past few weeks have been dark and gloomy, but that's on the verge of changing. We have Robert Rodriguez with the latest on the upcoming forecast.
Hello everyone, I'm Robert Rodriguez. Today we'll be going over the weather, so let's take a look at our current temps in Fullerton. Right now our current temperature is 71 degrees, our low is 47. We do have a southwest wind coming in at 5 miles per hour. Our humidity is at 3%, which is pretty low. And then the sunrise this morning was at 6:34, and our sunset is going to be at 7:15. Now let's take on a look at our 5-day weekly forecast. So our 5-day weekly forecast is actually pretty good. We got some high temperatures. We'll be in the high 70s. And then we do dip down to low 70s come Friday, Saturday, but back up to those high 70s. So, you know, it's still going to be pretty warm out there. Now, let's take a quick check at our national weather. Now, our national weather is actually looking pretty sunny out there in the United States. On the East Coast, we have a lot of people on the East that have the sunny weather. And then we do have some people in the Midwest, like in Denver, that are experiencing some cloudy storms. But overall, there's going to be some nice weekend relaxation. For now, that's it for here at Weather. Let's throw it back to you guys at the news desk.
If you're wanting to learn different skills to use for internships or work, Student Life and Leadership can help. Students can build their skills at workshops they offer. Heather Solis has more.
Today's workshop was held at Pine Housing in Room 140, promoting personal behavior. This workshop was to help students learn how to build their confidence, being more proactive, and using these skills when looking for jobs. We spoke to event coordinator Kyle Bison for more detail.
Student Life and Leadership started the Titan Leadership Experience and these workshops that we host as an opportunity for students to come build leadership skills that they can use both on and off campus, whether that be in their personal lives, professional lives, or academic lives.
One of the perks of attending these events are students being eligible to participate at their end of the year luncheon, where students receive a medal to wear during graduation.
I learned that these are good opportunities to come and learn different leadership strategies that you can implement in your everyday life. One thing that I learned, we didn't really call it this in this, but I kind of thought of it as like manifestation. So when you have a goal, to sort of imagine seeing that goal through and pursuing it that way. So I thought that was very interesting, and I think I'll keep using that in order to achieve my goals and be successful.
Student Life and Leadership will continue to have events like this taking place in Pine 140, and you could look at the events in Titan Link. Reporting for OC News, I'm Heather Solis.
Coming up, CSUF is ready for a staple event to return to campus.
And the way streaming services operate may change. We'll find out after the break.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Tomorrow, Cal State Fullerton is hosting their first garden flea market at the Fullerton Arboretum. With more, we hear from Cody Liu about the event.
The Fullerton Arboretum has yet to see an event hosted here since the pandemic started in 2020. But the wait is over. The garden flea market is hitting the Arboretum.
The garden flea market, run by students, will be taking place right here at the Bacon Pavilion, April 6th from 12 to 4 p.m.
The actual event is student-run by the Event Planning and Management class taught by Jasmine Phillips Martins. At the Garden Flea Market, not only will you be able to visit the Arboretum, you'll be able to purchase various items from student vendors and also grab a meal while you're there. CSUF student Bridget Colwell talks about the excitement of having an event at the Arboretum.
I've seen the posters around it, and it looks like a really fun event. I'm hoping to make it out tomorrow because it's just like, what a cool event in such a pretty place, you know?
Will this spark more events at the Fullerton Arboretum? CSUF student Michael Prados thinks it will.
I've met people who are seniors and who haven't even heard about the Arboretum. They don't know it exists, and so I think having events here will help get more people out, get them outside, get them moving and in the community.
For all the latest information on the Garden Flea Market happening here tomorrow at the Fullerton Arboretum, check out their Instagram, gardenfleamarket.csuf. This is Cody Liu, OC News.
LeBron James and Tiger Woods have both been called GOATs, and now they can be called billionaires. Melissa Flores has more. Forbes has released its annual World Billionaires list. There are 12 new billionaires in the world of sports, and 2 of them are still playing. LeBron James and Tiger Woods are the only active athletes to ever reach the milestone. They are massively well paid, both on the court and on the green, and also with endorsements, of course. Forbes says both men use their earnings to build impressive portfolios. There are also several new billionaires, including the Las Vegas Raiders owner Mark Davis. Forbes says, though the stock market has been volatile, values and earnings, the sports world has no signs of slowing down.
Streaming services are once again raising prices that are now comparable to conventional TV. Ethan Michael has more.
I was able to talk to some people who work in the film and television industry to get their perspective of where streaming is going and how students and people on a budget can help maneuver these new prices. Kunga Sagar is a film graduate from the University of Santa Cruz. He is also an avid writer for the NCSC and Letterboxd, and must keep up with the trends of the streaming industry for his career.
With all like the increased prices and stuff and the ads in between the movies and shows, I think it's like you'd rather have cable because you're paying so much for HBO, Disney, Netflix, Hulu, and you kind of have to have all of them because they're spread out.
Shane O'Shaughnessy is a stage manager at Crimson Studios, who just got done shooting the second season of the hit Netflix show, Lincoln Lawyer.
Get a couple friends and each pick one that you like. Either if you like multiple streaming ones, just each one pay for one, or if there's just one you guys want to share, just each pitch in like $3 a month. Like you'll be chilling.
Special deals. Go for those student deals. Amazon Prime, you can get it for like $4.99. I'm pretty sure some other services have something like that. As a student, you gotta hustle and you gotta do what you can to see these movies.
As you can see, there's always a way to move around new obstacles. It's just a matter of where to look and who to go to help you think outside the box. And now for some insight into the world of soccer, we have Christian Rebatero.
Thanks, Ethan. The world of soccer has been going crazy in the last few days, with rumors about Lionel Messi's future after another disappointing performance by his current team, PSG. His old club, Barcelona, has been tangled in a scandal that keeps unraveling and might put the reputation of the team at risk. But to start off, CSUF has some big soccer news of their own, announcing that they have begun a partnership with the Los Angeles Football Club 2. LAFC 2 and the Cal State Fullerton Athletics Department have partnered up for the 2023 season with a deal that will allow LAFC 2 to access the Titan Stadium for 14 matches throughout the season. This deal will be financially beneficial for Titan Athletics and Cal State Fullerton. This partnership also allowed the Titans to play a friendly against LAFC 2, which ended in a 1-1 draw right before the start of the Titan season. In other soccer news, Lionel Messi's time at PSG has been put into question after another defeat at home against Lyon. The surprising thing in this game was the fact that PSG fans booed Messi before the match had even started. This made media all around the world begin speculating about the Argentines' future. On one hand, Saudi Arabian side Al Hilal has formally offered Messi a contract worth 400 million euros per year. Barcelona also began paperwork to bring Messi back to his home club under the supervision of FIFA fair play rules, and many have even linked him with the move to the MLS. The reality is that at the moment is that Messi's future is nothing but uncertain. Speaking of Barcelona, the Spanish club has been surrounded by controversy the last few months because of large payments made to the ex-vice president of the referee committee in Spain. After the Spanish league, La Liga, found no evidence of foul play, UEFA, the governing body of football in Europe, made a statement claiming that they would not take this matter lightly and that their own investigation will be launched to guarantee professionalism and fair play in the world of football. I'm excited to see what the next step in Messi's career is, but that's going to be it from me today. I'm Christian Rebataro. Back to you guys.
A 3-month-old puppy has been given a custom wheelchair to help with his condition. Here's the story.
There was a lady who came in and said that she had a dog that she needed to surrender.
I'll get ahead of you. Here.
We went out to the car and she had brought him out, and when she put him to the ground, we immediately noticed that he could not walk or stand at all on his own.
Dozer came to us. He is about a 3-month-old puppy.
He couldn't even keep his head up off the ground. When he would try to pick his head up, it would just flop straight back to the ground, and it was hitting pretty hard. He could not control his body movements at all.
He is able to place his feet in the right places, but he's not able to support his weight yet.
So we actually kind of just carried him throughout the shelter.
We haven't been able to determine a cause for what's happening with it. You ready for him?
Yeah, I'm ready for him. Okay, so head goes this way. Yep, and we got to get 2 back legs through there and 2 front legs through here. So, I know, buddy. Hold on. I know. Hi, buddy.
So the support that we got from the community and our nonprofit board that fundraises for us, Bayou Friends Forever, we were able to purchase this little guy his wheelchair. His initial reaction was something was getting him. He was trying to get away from it. He tried to take off running a couple of times, and then he kind of started slowing down a little bit and figuring out that it wasn't hurting.
Come here, buddy.
I think hopefully that he understands that it's trying to help him. He's learning, and he is definitely getting better with that. Oh, he'll be probably running all over the place, tearing things up pretty soon.
Harness is definitely going to be the difference.
Thank you for joining us tonight on OC News. Our next telecast comes to you next Wednesday at 4:30 p.m.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page at Titan TV. From all of us here at OC News, have a great night.